A zoo in China attracts attention by selling real tiger urine. A Hooters restaurant is invading a small northeast England city, and a blind man got a license to carry a gun to make a point about carrying guns. These are the weird stories on Weird AF News. This is the Weird News podcast hosted by a comedian inside a closet, and I'm losing my mind. A zoo in China attracts attention by selling real tiger urine to the tourists. We have here a zoo that sparked some safety concerns after selling tiger urine. They claim it treats rheumatism, among other things. A visitor recently shared on social media that the Yan Baifesha Wildlife Zoo in Sichuan province, I think I butchered all of that. This is in southwestern China. It's a zoo in southwestern China. There you go. Apparently the zoo is selling, quote, medicinal tiger urine from Siberian tigers for $7 US a bottle, each containing about 250 grams of the tiger urine. It says, in addition to having some pretty miraculous, although not quite scientific, medicinal cures, the tiger urine make great popsicles, a refreshing summer treat for the kids. Tiger urine pops. Get them at your local Costco. The jokes, guys. It's the jokes. Online sources indicate that this zoo is a world-class tourist attraction and a model unit for civilized tourism in China. I don't know what that means. We're a model unit for civilized tourism. I guess they get extra China bucks from the government. Wait till the government finds out you're peddling this tiger urine. They're going to want to get a cut, bro. The bottle of tiger urine claims that the tiger pee-pee has a, quote, good therapeutic effect on conditions such as, do you have your pen and pad ready, guys? I'm going to tell you what you can drink tiger urine for. Did I say drink the tiger urine? I don't even know if that's how you apply it. Let's read and find out. I'm sure there's instructions on the side of a bottle of tiger piss that's reliable. Okay, so the bottle claims that tiger urine has a very good therapeutic effect. Good is the key word. On conditions such as muscle pain, sprains, rheumatoid arthritis. It is recommended that you mix the urine with white wine and apply it to the affected area with ginger slices. What? I mean, this sounds like pure witch doctory, right? Mix it with wine and apply it with ginger slices. They could have said anything, though. I mean, really, if you're at the point where you're going to buy a bottle of tiger pee-pee because you believe it'll help your health condition, then you're pretty gullible. You can have the rug pulled on you in so many different ways. It is recommended that you put a few drops of the tiger urine into a microphone and then sing "Don't Stop Believing" at karaoke. The tiger urine is best applied by rubbing a few drops under the undercarriage of a Mickey Mouse hat, and then do several jumping jacks and run around your house chanting, "Oh, I'm going to be healthy! I'm going to be healthy!" And that's how you apply it. Oh, guys, listen to this. It doesn't stop here. The zoo suggests it can be taken orally. They say they suggest that it can be taken orally, the tiger pee-pee, but they warn that you should discontinue use if any allergic reaction occurs by ingesting the tiger urine orally. And lastly, it says the tiger urine can be used as a potent cologne to attract the ladies. Tiger piss. Be a man's man. Wear the scent of the Sahara. It burns the nostrils, but it drives the women wild. Tiger piss. Buy it at Macy's. All right, now time to learn how the urine is collected. Well, this is how it goes down, guys. In case you're thinking that you might want a side gig. A staff member working with the zoo said that the urine accumulates in a base where the tiger urinates. The urine is collected from the basin. However, it is unclear if the body waste is disinfected before being sold. All right, so it's not that dangerous to collect. I just imagine, I don't know what I was thinking. Someone running around in the tiger enclosure, chasing tigers with a turkey baster or something. Or having the tigers wear diapers, and then you got to go tackle them and take off the diaper and wring it out over a bucket. But it sounds like it's pretty safe to collect. Safe to rub on your poison ivy, though, as a topical solution? I think that's still up in the air. There's experts' opinions here. Okay, what do the experts say about tiger piss solutions? A pharmacist here from a medical hospital in central China said, quote, exaggerating the value of tiger urine without evidence distorts traditional Chinese medicine and harms tiger conservation. Tiger urine is not a traditional medicine. Furthermore, there is no proven medicinal effect. However, for many centuries, the tiger in China has symbolized bravery and strength. That's why you should rub it all over your face so you can be brave and strong. It says there have been mentions of this big cat in some Chinese medical texts. They suggest that a tiger's bone, in fact, can treat epilepsy. Do we believe that one? You know, I've covered a lot of stories about some strange Asian medicinal cures and the victims of such cures. Sadly, they always seem to end up going south. So I don't recommend tiger urine. Weird AF News does not recommend tiger urine. Disclaimer. For anything, except for maybe if you want to put it around your house to keep away animals. In fact, I have read that is a use of tiger urine. And there's a website called P Mart, the letter P Mart. And it's called America's First Discount Urine Store. And they sell all kinds of urine to put around your house if you want to ward off predators. For instance, wolf urine, coyote urine, bobcat urine, fox urine, mountain lion urine. They even sell skunk scent. So, yeah, they don't sponsor me, but the P Mart, they've been selling pee for about 30 years. P Mart people probably know a lot about the pee and probably don't think it's a good idea for you to drink tiger pee. A Hooters is coming to a city in England and it's causing an uproar. Is Hooters in other countries? I know there's one in Taiwan. I know someone that works for the one in Taiwan. I want to say I saw one in Bangkok as well. It says here, the infamous orange Hooters signage is up. Work is apace to be open in a fortnight. Did the author of this article really use the term fortnight? I mean, are you still saying that over there? I know you say a lot of stupid things. You're calling a flashlight a torch, which is super archaic. I just assume you're probably also using Fortnite too, so I'll just run with it. The job advertisements have gone out. 50 girls wanted, and they are hiring in all positions at Hooters, the American, quote, restaurant. I've never heard it called a restaurant. That's pretty punny. It says Hooters is known for its chicken wings and female waiting staff in skimpy nylon shorts and tight vests. They're launching in the city center of Newcastle. Now, this is an experiment that may well prove to be the decisive test of the brand's reach in Britain. For over 40 years, Hooters has built a reputation across the globe for making people happy, they say. Hooters is excited to bring their one-of-a-kind guest experience to England, and the official opening is expected next month. They interviewed someone named Jen, who's a professor of geography at Newcastle University. She is not pleased about the Hooters. She says, "It's horrible. We can do better than this." She thinks it's horrible. She thinks that they can do better than this. And let me tell you something, Jen, you can do better than this. Because if it's one thing England does not need, it's more mediocre food. I've had your food. Yeah, it's really nothing to write home about, to be honest. People do rave about the wings at Hooters, though. I mean, I can't remember if the wings were outstanding when I went to the Hooters. I remember them being okay. In my defense, I haven't been to a Hooters in quite some time. I just don't go to those sorts of places because they're too expensive. You know, it's overpriced food, and the women aren't even naked. I mean, I can get mediocre food at a strip club, and the women are not wearing anything. I mean, why would I go to Hooters? They're wearing a tank top, shorts, these like nylon leggings. I mean, it's not. Why am I going to pay so much more for French fries to see that? It's not like it's some revealing thing. The girls at the Tilted Kilt are wearing like more scandalous outfits than the Hooters girls. It's like the Hooters girls were that outfit was chosen in the late 80s, and then they just kept it like that. And they're like, well, maybe back then it was scandalous. Like, oh my God, you see the short shorts on them? Hoo-hoo, clutching my pearls. Well, now it's really not anything to see. You see women wearing a hell of a lot less on a normal night on the town. Just normal women out at the bars. Like, I know I'm going on about what they're wearing, but I just find it stupid. And I do not like orange. So, exporting this isn't exactly, in my opinion, an American cultural victory. This is one of the least cool things we could export. What's next? You want to send out the Chuck E. Cheese rat? All right, back to the article. It says, this Newcastle Hooters will be the third in the UK. Oh, there's more than one over there. All right, well, then they're making such a big deal of this in Newcastle for some reason. There's one in Nottingham and one in Liverpool, but the arrival of the Hooters girls on Tyneside can be fairly said to have a wider significance for some reason. It is an attempt to buck a trend in Britain and abroad. Okay, I just paused and skimmed over the article here. I'm not going to bore you with these details, but apparently they've been struggling to open more Hooters, and it's been going back years and years and years. They open one and it closes. The communities hate it. It's the kind of backlash that I guess the Olive Garden got in Italy. They just gave up in Italy, from my understanding. This Hooters is moving forward, though. Ain't no stopping the Hooters. They're on the move. They've hired 45 out of the 50 Hooters girls. All right, guys, there's only 5 slots left for you girls over in Newcastle. Get on down. Pass in your resume. Show them how you look in some shorts. Says they've hired 45 out of 50, some of whom are as young as 17. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on over there? I don't think that's okay. Well, maybe they're not really No, it says they're a Hooters girl. 17-year-old Hooters girls? Huh. I don't think that's legal in the U.S. Maybe. Anyways, well, I have to look into that. It says they're going to be paid the national minimum wage or living wage, depending on their age, plus tips. I thought they didn't tip over there. Do they tip? I thought tipping was like not a European thing. Anyways, that was my experience when I waited tables in the U.S. and Europeans sat down. I was like, well, I guess I don't need to crack any jokes during this hour and a half. A blind man receives a license to carry permit to make a point about gun laws in Indiana. We have a blind man who's raising concerns about Indiana gun laws after he was allowed to get a license to carry a handgun. His name is Terry Sutherland. He says he got his permit to prove a point and to try to spark some conversation about reasonable gun legislation. Well, that's nice that this man is trying to raise the conversation about reasonable gun legislation. It's a real uphill battle, but nonetheless, it's something that will be an ongoing conversation, and I think it's important. This guy, Terry, was using his sightseeing stick when he went to the city-county building where he got fingerprinted for the gun permit. He said he spoke with several people who knew that he was blind. Here's a quote from Terry. He says, "It just went very smoothly and normally, and nobody seemed to think anything about it. It was mind-boggling. It shocked me more than I expected. I thought at the last second somebody would go, well, wait a minute, and it just would not get approved. I'd get a letter that explained, listen, you can't aim a gun or put a bullet where it's supposed to go, so we're not going to give you this permit, Terry." Well, that didn't happen. Well, Terry, I mean, did you think for a moment that you were in, Indiana? I mean, it's Indiana, bro. What did you expect to happen? This is a conceal carry, no permit needed state. There's a few like this. And they're very proud that this is the situation in their state. Apparently, they can't stop talking about it. So I think they're really, really proud. And so the fact that you're blind isn't going to make them change their protocol. They're like more than happy to give a permit to someone who's legally blind. Or this is just, it's also a political statement here in Indiana, Now, Mr. Sutherland says he's not against the Second Amendment. Before he lost his sight as a teenager, he learned how to safely use guns with his family. But he said being able to get his permit highlights a problem with Indiana's gun laws. His solution is something some states already do, requiring people to pass a competency test at a gun range before being allowed to carry a gun in public. Yeah, Terry, I agree with you. That is reasonable, but, you're not dealing with rational here. I'm so sorry. Terry says, quote, I think competency with a lethal weapon is the bare minimum we should do. Second Amendment advocate lawyer Guy Relford challenges this man's ideas. He says, we start putting government-imposed restriction on constitutional rights. I always think that's dangerous and inappropriate. That's not to say people shouldn't be trained, but society always functions better when people exercise personal responsibility and understand of their own volition that they need to be safe and responsible with that gun. To me, it's a bit of a ploy to go out and establish an argument for restricting constitutional rights, where, by the way, we've had constitutional carry since 2022 in the state of Indiana. Yeah, the Constitution does say you can't deprive someone of their right to own a gun based on a disability. I think we're talking apples and oranges here. This is a right to carry the gun around in public. I think that's a whole other level of gun ownership that should be at least debated somewhat. Should there be a test for that? Yeah, I would think. I also believe there should be a test to own a gun, too. You should prove that you are a responsible gun owner on some level before you can get one. But I know that everyone's going to put an argument to that. And then the whole disability thing is you can't be deprived of a constitutional right because of a disability. Now, can we look at this, though? What about a mental disability? What if you're a diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic and you constantly think the government is after you? Do you think a person like that should be able to walk around with a gun? Do you? I mean, think about it. Personally, I'd be more okay with someone who's legally blind walking around with a gun than I would someone who is severely mentally gone walking around with a gun. And then what if someone has Parkinson's? All right, let's talk about that. Jonesy, are you going to go there? Yeah, I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there. Parkinson's disease. All right? Someone with Parkinson's disease, okay to walk around with a gun. What do you think? I mean, at what point does your personal right impinge upon public safety? That's what I'm asking. I'm just posting up this question. That's what I'm doing. I'm posting up this question like Robert Parrish on the 86 Celtics. I'm just posting it up. This is all up for debate, and I would love to hear from some of my listeners, especially some of my listeners that are legally blind. I have a few, and they're some of my best listeners. They've reached out to me. I get amazing messages from my legally blind listeners, and I'm so grateful for them. So, yeah, I mean, let's hear from them. I mean, I can't think of a more authoritative source than these listeners. Hey, my friends and loyal listeners. Thank you for spending some time with your buddy Jonesy and the Weird AF News podcast. I forgot to leave the phone number in the last segment. It's 646-450-2012. My email's funnyjones@gmail.com. I got a lovely message from Ashley Steele in Bristol, Tennessee. Big fan of Weird AF News. She wrote me to tell me to keep up the good work. Thanks for Florida Fridays. And specifically, she loves my voice. It says, Jonesy, I just love your voice. And it just makes me smile every time I hear your voice come on. And I think you're hilarious. Keep up the good work. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Ashley Steele. Big fan in Bristol, Tennessee. You guys can always email me, funnyjones@gmail.com. You don't have to always just say I'm awesome and that you love my voice. You can email me other things like articles that you think are appropriate for the show, that sort of thing. Pictures of your pets. That's pretty cool. Maybe a video of your chicken pot pie that you made, homemade. I dig chicken pot pie. I'm just going to tell you the best chicken pot pie I've ever had was in New York City. There's a place on the Upper West Side that makes a chicken pot pie with a sweet potato crust. And I've never seen anything like it since or before. And sometimes I have dreams about this chicken pot pie with the sweet potato crust. Can't remember the name of the joint, but I think it has barbecue in the title. Anyways, that's not helpful probably for any of you, but I just was thinking of it. If you guys want to support the show, go to my website, weirdafnews.com, and you can buy me a coffee or join the Patreon. I recommend the latter. That's Latter, not to be confused with Ladder, which is something that you climb. Yeah, good luck with your life, man, and be good to yourself. Be good to yourself, just like the Journey song says.